The Silver Six have been the U.S. Olympic women's gymnasts since 2004. They had the chance to carry the gold medal home on Tuesday. However, it never happened the way they wanted it, with several mistakes that made it slip out of their grasp to Romania, giving Romania the winning score of .699 to claim the Olympic gold medal. They were able to acquire the silver medal, which is their first since the Mag 7's gold in 1996. It's become a usual performance for the U.S. fans to celebrate a victory. "We honestly deserve the victory," mentioned by Annie Hatch, 26 years of age, making her older than the other five. "It takes discipline, and for one to be persistent to be an excellent gymnast. It's not the end of you or the world if you don't win today. It doesn't take anything from you. You remain the best, and time will tell. We have a new favorite now who can win for us." A tragic incident happened a few months back where 3 U.S. athletes were held back. One was sick, and the other 2 were injured during the championship, but nothing stopped the U.S. from acquiring the gold medal. This time, the U.S. assembled a team to take advantage of every apparatus. The most favorite among them was caught up with an unprecedented issue, causing them to lose their victory to Romania, making it the 10th Olympic victory for Romania. The coordinator for the U.S. national team, Martha Karolyi, who has been coordinating the gymnasts for 2 years now, said, "We can do better." 2 from the top list came from Carly Patterson, who performed greatly during Thursday's all-around contest and also compared to famous Mary Lou Retton, possesses a chance to bring home the U.S. the gold medal. With a 0.451 point difference from Patterson's equivalent score and Sunday's prelim 38.337 equivalent score matched up with the fouls Korgnu Kupets committed on a floor exercise dance move, then we have it, the victory's margin. "I think it started when Patterson, on their first event, had a step on her dismount, then eventually motion force was altered, causing her to injure her feet by hitting the bar." Karolyi even noticed how much Carly gave on the first day. She gave her best compared to how she performed and notably lifted her body when the game started. Notwithstanding all the mistakes, it is a sport after all. Romania was helped, though not intentionally, but led by the U.S. by .338. It was later cleared on the playing the following round. The U.S. then trailed by just .124 of the end of the floor exercise event. One of the Romania athletes playing against the U.S. was so confident that she said, "I was not afraid of losing the medal eventually," adding that their opponent, the U.S. team, is not as skilled as they are on the floor exercise. The Romanian athlete who said this was Monica Rosu. There is a truth in what she said. Kupet missed a jump double turn combination due to a regular hamstring injury and was rewarded with the lowest score coming from a U.S. athlete that night, 9.187 points. Kupet argued that it wasn't an injury, but just a mistake. But still, she struggled, not allowing any injury to hinder her from being a champ and reaching her goal, adding how much she has sacrificed and worked for every moment like this. With a similar performance on Monday from the men's gymnastics, the U.S. women couldn't avoid painfully facing it, losing the finals and losing the gold medal. Courtney was hurt as she was not given the opportunity by the U.S. coach to take part in the tournament on Tuesday because her previous rendition wasn't encouraging enough to give a second try. But it's all good, as she was part of her fellow teammates to receive the silver Olympic medal. It must have been so stressful that while Hatch was displaying herself being decorated with her medal to the media, Karolyi walked hurriedly towards and asked her if she was ready to leave, and she left immediately. Star U.S. gymnast Simone Biles withdraws from Olympic team finals, citing her mental health. Simone Biles had to set herself aside in the finals of the Olympic women's gymnastics from her team on the grounds that the harsh competition caused mental stress. "Before participating in the competition, I had never felt this way," Biles said at a press conference after the U.S. won the silver medal. Biles mentioned during several extensive procedures of the Olympics, she felt the pressure last spring when the global health situation postponed the Olympics. The basis for Tokyo's qualification was in place, and the situation was barely easy in Japan, having no assistance whatsoever from family and friends. "In general, there is a lot of pressure for these Olympics," she said. "I think we are a little too stressed, but we should have fun here. Sometimes this is not the case." The U.S. women gymnasts, the likes of Suni Lee, Grace McCallum, and Jordan Chiles, had few workout routines in the morning on Tuesday and had 5.5 hours waiting for the medal match to begin. Biles said after the incident that she was shaking during the break and couldn't rest. In the first round of rotation, the Americans were assigned to the treasury. Biles, seen as the greatest gymnast of all time, was placed last and planned to do an Aminar, a round jump horse to the table at the beginning, followed by a turn. She seemed to have changed her mind in midair and only did 1.5 turns. After dismounting, she snuggled next to the coach. A few minutes later, she returned to the game with her right leg wrapped. Biles remained on the court with her team after retiring. The U.S. gymnastics team told USA Today that the reason for Biles' withdrawal was a medical problem. They refuted this idea after the incident. "Fortunately, there was no injury, so I took a step back," she said, "because I don't want to do something stupid and hurt myself. I think these girls should take over and do the rest. They absolutely did it. Now they are the Olympic silver medalists. They should do it. Be in the last one for themselves. I was very proud of Min's performance and had to walk in." It became difficult for the U.S. gymnasts to clinch a victory without their Golden Girl Biles with them to help them acquire the gold medal. When they have a 3-score count during the team final, the team are capable of deciding who they can select among themselves to take the challenge on each tool/apparatus as originally called. Number 1, beam, number 2, bars, number 3, vault, and number 4, floor. But since Biles has stepped out, they have to find someone to fill that space and continue. Chiles, McCallum, and Lee then decided to finish up by jumping an extra apparatus, like they had any other choice. The athlete that was able to replace Biles on the bar apparatus and beam apparatus was Chiles. In addition, another country that had their first gold ever since in Barcelona, where they mounted the podium in unity, was the Russians' Olympic Committee. Now, we can't say for sure if Biles would take part with her teammates on Thursday. She needs total evaluation and monitoring on her medical condition so she can be back on her feet to compete again soon. The U.S. committee in charge of gymnastics takes responsibility for her daily checkups. Biles was at the top of the overall standings on Sunday, but was careless in some areas, resulting in unusual mistakes. She left the mat completely after somersaults in free body sports, and then literally copied style again on the jumping horse. She responded with a steady posture on the uneven bars, but after she was knocked down, she took 3 main steps back and a spectacular beam program ended. Biles has never ceased to amaze us, and she remains undoubtedly the favorite of the Olympic game at Tokyo, and the part nobody can take from her, America's best woman gymnast. Let's have a quick look at the person/star, Simone Biles. The American athlete has indeed proven herself to be a promising star when she started at an early age, displaying her exceptional skills in gymnastics. She was able to win her first U.S. title, including the world all-around title, after emerging a champion at the elite level for the younger batch in 2013. In 2015, Simone Biles held on to the world all-around title 3 times in a row. She represented her country on the Olympic gymnastics team for women with her as the lead. They were referring to the final 5 at the time, coming out triumphant in the game, plus winning gold in the individual all-around, vault, and floor exercise, and claiming a bronze in the balance beam. She never gave up as she went on to make records. From the 2019 6th U.S. all-around title, she landed herself to grab her 25th World Championship medal. Thanks for watching.